All right, welcome back to WMMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Singapore for one championship inside the Matrix 2. We're going to the one Atomweight 115-pound division. Priscilla Hertati Lumban Gaol coming in at 7-4, taking on Meng coming in at 14-5. Now this fight had big implications in it because likely the winner would punch their ticket into the one championship Atomweight Grand Prix set to go down starting in January. So these two come out and they meet in the center, and then I could tell that Tati looked hesitant like right away because like Meng took 2 steps forward and Tati immediately took like 2 steps back, and she was just looking really hesitant. So Meng started, kind of stalking Tati, and Tati was like kind of circling her way, and she was getting really backing herself up and circling herself into the cage. And Meng would kind of explore herself with her punches, but wasn't really doing too much. But like I said, Tati just looked really like nervous and hesitant. I think she was really like worried about surviving the first like couple of minutes. And so excuse me, Meng would throw out a couple punches and Tati would throw like out a kick in response, and then circle away. But Meng eventually started, cutting off the cage, and she explored, or she threw out a nice little flurry there that Tati was able to get away from and circled out. But Meng circled with her and cut off the cage. So Meng goes to throw a punch, and Tati instinctively throws a side kick to create distance. And as Tati threw out that side kick, Meng came up with an overhand right, big overhand right to the face of Tati that just immediately drops her. Now, usually when you're on one leg like that, what happens is you are putting all your balance onto one leg, and it's very difficult to absorb any shots like that on one leg. If you have both feet on the ground, you can basically plant themselves and to absorb the strike. But if you're on one leg, yeah, chances are you're going to get at least knocked down or fall over. But this punch that Meng hit Tati with was so hard. I mean, it floored her. She went down on all fours and kind of like turned away, and Meng pounced and landed 2 more hard right hands to the head of Tati, and the referee just jumped in and stopped it. Tati was done. That first punch, it wasn't just a knockdown punch. It was the lights are on but nobody's home kind of punch. So your winner by knockout at 1 minute and 26 seconds of the first round, Meng. Now, it was a very fast fight, only less than a minute and a half. Meng has some serious power in those hands. She's going to be a problem for a lot of ladies in that division. And really, she showed that, hey, I'm number 2 in the one championship rankings. And I just proved it against someone who was on, I believe, a 2-fight win streak. Let me see. Yeah, Tati was riding 2 straight wins coming into this. And Meng just straight up, knocked her out basically. And really showed herself to be, a top fighter within that one championship Atomweight division. Now, let's get into things to work on. For Tati, I thought she was just way too hesitant. I mean, she looked like she had no confidence in there whatsoever. Like, Meng took 2 steps forward at the beginning, like I said, and she took 2 steps back and was immediately like circling. Like, she was afraid to engage, afraid to, throw anything. I mean, I think she barely threw. If she threw a dozen strikes in that first minute and a half total, or even a half dozen, if she threw a half dozen strikes in that minute and a half, I'd be amazed. Just seemed like nervous, like she was afraid to be in there. You got to have more confidence in yourself. Can't be that nervous once the fight starts. You want to be nervous before the fight, that's normal. But she needs to like do something to build her confidence back up. For Meng, really, no complaints whatsoever. Oh, one more thing for Tati. She basically kept circling herself into the cage. Like, she basically backed herself into the cage and kind of circled into it. And then she just kept on circling towards... That was another thing. She kept circling towards the power side of Meng. You want to circle towards the weak hand side. You want to circle towards the lead hand. Because you circle that power hand, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get drops like that. Now for fights to make. For Tati, she's going to get like someone that, you know, is also unranked. It's really not important. She's going to get, you know, probably a fight where she's either going to bounce back or fall further. Now for Meng, obviously, she just punched her ticket into the One Championship Atomweight Grand Prix. It's supposed to be 8 fighters. Now, none of them have been announced yet. But, you know, obviously it's safe to say that considering that they were talking about it on the commentary team, that she's punched her ticket into that tournament. Okay, so those are my thoughts on the fight. Like I said, Meng has serious power in her hands. She's going to be a problem with one-punch knockout power like that. I mean, she's going to give a lot of ladies trouble, I think, in that Grand Prix. I won't say she's like an early favorite to win it, but she's definitely up there. For Tati, just back to the drawing board. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. I'll try to provide a timestamp link to it. Meanwhile, if you liked the video, please give it a like. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.